Good evening. Welcome to the AGUA Special Utility District regular called meeting, October 6, 2025. It is 6:04. Call to order, roll call. Roel de Hoyos. Gerardo Perez.
Here.
Ricardo Perez.
Here.
Ana Maria Perez.
Here.
Dr. Adriana Villarreal.
Present.
Alex Moreno.
Present.
And myself, Solis Ochoa Jr. Okay, invocation.
Heavenly Father, as we gather today to conduct matters of business for our said, may you give us your guidance, wisdom, knowledge to make the best decisions for the ratepayers and employees. Lord, let this meeting be productive and let your peace surround us today. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. D, public comments.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, we do not have any public comments at this time.
All right, moving on to item number 2, minutes. A, approval of minutes for the August 4th, 2025 AGUA board meeting. Need a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Doyle,
Second.
a second by Dr. Villarreal. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 3, general manager report. A, August financials.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, we have here with us Mr. Parth Naik, financial consultant, that will summarize the August financials.
Good evening, board. We're gonna go through the August financials. First, we're gonna start with a statement of net position. As we see it as of August 31st, we have a cash and cash equivalent, which is 2.8 million, which is our, and total current assets is there for 5.3 million. And then we have our capital assets as usual. And if we go to next page, we have our current liability, which include our current portion for our long-term debt, which include our bond and leases for 2.58 million. And as we go through now, we're gonna go to the statement of revenue, expense, and change in net position for August. As of August, we are total 66% of our operating revenue, which is 1% side of the budget forecast, and our operating expense is at 71%, which is 4% above the expense that is forecasted in the budget. If you have any questions, I'll happy to answer.
No? Any questions? All right, moving on to item B, job contingency plan.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, as I bring every board meeting, the drug contingency plan, we talk about the Amistad and Falcon Lake reservoirs. Under the Amistad reservoir on your packet, we have the Amistad reservoir levels at 35.9% as of today, having an increase from last year, from a year ago, from 27% to 35.9%, being 8.9% increase. Also, we have Falcon Reservoir, which is an increase of 2.7%, being a year ago 13.7 to 16.4%. The overall total average between both is 26.15%. So it has increased slightly, but it has increased in the last from last month to today. On that, that's what I have as far as the drug contingency plan.
Any questions? Okay, moving on to item C, water and wastewater rate study update.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, I have asked Mr. Jeff Snowden with CapEx Consulting, he's on the line, to give a brief summary. I know that we hired him at the last, or we have a contract with him from the last, I was given the authorization to enter into a contract with Mr. Snowden on the rate order. So I wanted for him to summarize and a schedule of what we go through the rate order in order for us to update. Mr. Snowden, can you hear us?
Yes, sir, I sure can. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I might proceed, do the members of the board have a proposed work schedule that I draft?
Yes, it's on the attachment under 3C.
Yes.
Good deal. So I'll just run through this, and I'm glad to answer any questions, but typically I'm looking at about a 75-day process once I get all the requested information. But we start with mining your billing system and really looking at all the details for every customer, every rate code, customer class, et cetera. So we look at bill meter readings, we look at bill revenue and customer counts, and got a long history of that I'll supplement with this update, with this data. But we're going to remind your billing system, we're going to look at your audited financial statements and your adopted budgets. I'll then move on to preparing a peer group comparison of your rates to around 15 other systems in the valley. So we can start to understand where you lie, different levels of consumption relative to the average, just so you have that information. We'll look at your lifeline customers, the senior citizens, make sure that that subsidy is still in line with what you directed historically. And then the big thing is I'm going to be conducting a bond feasibility test, so I'm going to be looking at your proposed debt for the North Water Plant. You've got the design loan and you've been in construction, so big thing is that we'll make sure to incorporate what the new, not only debt payments will be for that, but also what the new operating costs will be, because you'll have to hire a new operator, pay more for chemicals, all that stuff needs to be built into your 5-year series of rate increases. From there, I should have enough information to present to you, to your staff and to you as in a draft form, and then take your recommendations with respect to, it's not uncommon for you to say, give more of the increase to commercial, less to residential. I get that a lot, so I'll be, it's part of my scope of work to go back and forth to y'all are comfortable with the recommendations that we ultimately put forward to you to consider. Mr. Solis, is that the type of summary you were looking for, or would you like me to go into
Yes,
greater detail?
I just want to inform the board that currently we are on our year 3 of our 5-year planned rate order that we have. We still have 2 years following, we still have 2026 and 2027. So I think it's a good time, it's a good timing to start working on another 5-year rate order to have year 2026 make it year 1 of the next 5-year rate order. Now, that doesn't mean that 2026 and 2027 have to change. It will only change on years, but that's something that we need to talk to Mr. Snowden to put it on the model. And one of the things that I really want to focus on too, it's the sanitary sewer, the sewer rate. I know that as you know, on the past budget that we had, the budget workshop, I had mentioned that on the sewer, we are on a deficit. We're losing funding on the sanitary sewer. So that's one of the, also the main reasons that I want to look into the next 5-year plan rate order for the water and the wastewater as well. So that's the plan. But of course, it's gonna go through a process, and of course committees and acceptance, of course, from the board. But it's just getting it started.
Right now it's coming from the general fund, the surplus to pay the sewer.
A portion, yes, sir. We're looking, the last time we calculated, we were close to $100,000 on deficit on the wastewater.
Yeah, that's not good. And that's a,
And that's also, Mr. Perez, I'm sorry, that's also because of the situation that there were a lot of homes not being connected because
Right.
of the project that we have here in Veterans Road.
that's
it hasn't been
correct,
completed.
but now we're gonna get more debt. We're gonna get
Yes.
another $3 million on top of that, so those homes are just gonna barely pay for that.
That is correct. So that's something that I wanted to really address on this next, the wastewater rate.
Yeah, in the financial statement, we're, 4 items here, over 90% of cost, so that is very, you know, we're gonna be, we need more money.
Well, I think that,
Some of the, sorry.
I mean, I just don't know how much impact that the sewer in Palmview that's not active, how much of that contributes to this debt that we have. Had that
Yes.
been active and running the way it should be, I don't think we'll be talking about that anymore at this time, would it be? I mean, how much would that make, how much of that is the difference? And
Well, now, and that new debt that I'm talking about, we just incurred that one, but just the payment itself is,
Yes, the 3 million that Mr. Perez is talking about is the SIP loan. Around 3 to 3.5 million will be used for the sanitary sewer reconstruction of the main line.
how
So
much
that's
is that payment gonna be, you know?
300,000, I think, a year.
A year, 300,000.
No, I mean, there's no doubt that there's more debt going on, but
Yes.
what I'm trying to say is that
That they won't pay for.
that project that
Right.
got started hasn't ended and it still have some issue regarding that, so no wonder
Right.
there's gonna be a lot of debt going on.
And there were, at that time, and I'm talking about 2-3 years ago, there were 250, approximately 250 to 300 connections that cannot be connected to the sewer system because it's not, right now it's not completed.
Sure.
We're gonna reconstruct that portion of sanitary sewer line in order for those homes to become active accounts on the sewer side.
Who did the estimate on the cost, I mean,
On
price?
the cost price for
sewer.
the sanitary sewer,
Yeah, for the sewer.
through SAMS and AGUA.
But they did a 1-to-1 ratio, how did it estimate it?
Oh, for the construction cost or the?
Yeah, the cost of the project,
The
of the
cost?
sewer itself. I
The-
mean, when they're, okay, we're gonna put the sewer, we're gonna estimate it's $15 per connection, but who did that estimation?
The
you know.
$15 per
Well,
connection.
I mean, I'm just talking.
It's just
how
a
mu-
ballpark figure.
How much is it right now?
But it was whatever was, the study was done in the beginning when the program got
Yeah.
activated.
Did
I
Mr.
guess.
Jeff Snowden did that? Who did
Yeah,
that?
that was done back in 2020,
Is
in 2021. Go ahead.
you're talking the Palmview sewer original rate?
Yes, but they estimated a cost, for example, it's gonna be $1 cost, we're gonna be charging $1.50 because we're gonna have a little bit of cushion. Who estimated that?
I remember correctly when I was here in 2016-17, there was another company that had estimated, but end up a district decided in charging the lower cost than what forecasted to help the people to pay for their bills.
That's fine, the lower cost, but, I mean, we're not gonna be paying lower costs, we'll be paying out of the general
And
fund.
also, Mr. Perez, as you know, we're using and it's something that also I wanna talk to Mr. Snowden once we go through the process, the winter rates. We charge the customer the winter rates for the sanitary sewer, meaning that it's not a 1-to-1, 1 gallon used, 1 gallon.
How's the, Mission does it, or Peñitas?
They
does
used
how
to
it
do
does-
it, Mission used to do it on the winter rates, as I recall, when I was the public works director with the city of Mission. Peñitas does it on I believe it's on a 1-to-1 ratio.
Sure, exactly, because if there's more water, they're gonna pay us more.
And that's something that we can also, run through the model to see which one will benefit us
Okay.
the most. But at the end of the day, the maintenance of sanitary sewer lift stations, it's very expensive, right?
Sure.
It's very expensive. So you always, if there's a major cave-in, or there's a manhole rehabilitation, or remove and replace manholes, or fix a pump and everything else, it'll consume the budget that we have for the sanitary sewer.
That's why we need to have a little cushion,
Yes, that's very, very.
point 50 or point, I don't know, 25, I don't know what's the norm, I mean.
Yes. So that's where we're at on.
No, the norm would have been that all the project would have been on time and everything should be done, But
Yeah, for
obviously
sure.
that's what happened, and now what do we do? I was right in the middle when the situation was going on, and for a while, probably would say, we're not gonna have sewer. So, long story short, here we are, and I guess this is where we are as far as trying to make up those expenses. Unfortunately, that's the case, but
So hopefully Mr. Snowden's gonna have something for us in the next 15 days,
75.
75 days?
75 days.
Did you say 15 days?
Well, I wanna cut it.
Yes, he did.
You're scaring me, that's not very.
That's a good thing, we're talking about it, because we can be like this another year and
Oh,
2
yeah.
years, and it's gonna be just.
No,
hurting
and
us.
it's something, of course, that we'll bring, back to the budget for next, year's budget.
Yes, sir.
We'll bring that to the board's attention as well on the deficit as far as the sanitary sewer.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Lunes, for moving on this, item.
Just to add on something, you talked about the pending 250 sewer account connections that are, I guess, pending in limbo until you address this lawsuit. That's 130 grand a year in revenue when they come online, so that's not insignificant. And I'm showing that 130 grand, of course, it's all sewer, and that'll bring sewer much closer to being a standalone system. Won't eliminate the deficit entirely, but that 130 grand a year will certainly help.
Yes, sir.
That's all we have,
That's it. Any
Mr.
questions?
President, members of the board, for the water and wastewater rate study.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Snowden.
Thank you all.
Thank you,
for the
sir.
opportunity to help you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Okay, moving on to item D, district operations update.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board. First item is the Texas Water Development Board loan, the $6,060,000 for the planning, acquisition, and design. That's, as you know, Mr. David Gonzalez made a presentation on the schedule, just to let the board know that we're still on schedule, and we're looking to close by October 16, 2025, this loan, and so we can get started on the project. The other project that I have, Mr. President, members of the board, it's, we received an invitation from Hidalgo County, and basically this is to work hand in hand with Hidalgo County on a hazard mitigation plan update. So what this will do, Mr. President, members of the board, will give us an opportunity to apply for grants, specifically for, to protect critical facilities. That's to include generators. These are a 5-year plan that the county has, and it's coming up this next year. So this hazard mitigation plan, it's also for, of course, municipalities mostly, and now they included school districts and irrigation districts and water utility districts. So we're gonna be participating to be part of the hazard mitigation plan for the next 5 years, beginning next year. So that'll give us more of an opportunity to apply for different grants to include small-scale structural projects, and of course, anything that has to do with retrofitting facilities, and of course, anything that has to do to protect critical facilities as well. So we'll be working with the county, and there's 4 phases that we need to go through. But I'll bring you more information on the next board meeting. We just had our kickoff, so they just explained how it's gonna work, what information they need from us. We'll submit that information and go through the process so that we can be part of the mitigation plan.
That's 100% the grant, right?
Yes. On this one, yes. If there's availability, and for example, if the president or the governor declares a state of emergency when we have flooding, tornadoes, or any type of situations, that's when monies become available so that communities that are part of the mitigation plan, the county mitigation plan,
Yes,
we
sir.
can apply for.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So prior to that, I was still not participating in the mitigation plan?
No, we were not part of the mitigation plan.
Because the threshold is very high, you know, and when you get out of the municipalities,
Yes.
with the threshold, and you don't include, like, of course, you're not gonna be able to, very hard to meet the threshold. So all municipalities submitted the expenses, but it's good that you're able to participate now.
Yes, and I know that the declarations, when they become effective, there's monies released from FEMA and the state, and that can help the communities.
Yeah,
So-
but I always know that there's also a threshold, and you gotta hit that threshold.
Yes, there's a certain threshold that we need to meet. Once that's met, then
Yeah.
funding it's released. And hopefully, well, we're gonna participate on it. We want to be part of the mitigation plan, and hopefully within the next hopefully we don't get any disaster declaration, but if we do, we're part of the plan, the mitigation plan.
Mr. Salinas,
Yes, ma'am.
we had previously talked about, sorry for my voice, talked about a grant writer. We were in pursuit for one.
Yes.
How is that going?
And at the prior meeting, we asked the board to give me authorization to resolicit for grant writing services because we did not receive, at the first try that we submitted RFQs for grant writing services, we did not receive any packets for that. So we're gonna advertise again, and hopefully we'll get interested vendors to apply for grant writing. But we're going through the motions again of advertising.
Any other questions?
No, sir, thank you.
All right, moving on. Thank you, Mr. Salinas.
Thank you.
Moving on to item number 4, District Engineers Report. A NATBAC Technical Assistance Agreement Sewer Hookups.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, we have Sam's engineering that will go over the engineer's report. Sure, Chris.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the board. Good to see everyone here. So for the NatBank Technical Assistance Agreement Sewer Hookups Project, we are 100% complete with the project. We closed it out this past month, considered 100% complete. We released their retainage payment as of September 26th. And the other thing of note that I wanted to bring up is we did get a 2-year warranty from the contractor on this project, just based off of some items that were kind of left pending. And we're working through them already, and we have been for the past couple of weeks to make sure everything is addressed, but we went ahead and closed it out, and so.
There's no lift station in this project?
No, this
It's
was just a
it's just flow,
new sewer
natural
lines.
flow?
Yes, and then it was the banning the septic tanks, all that fun stuff.
All the houses got connected already?
Yes, all the connections have been active for a bit. It's just some of them were, the services seem to have little bellies, and so we wanted to make sure we cleared that up.
Oh, sure.
And so it wasn't the craziest bellies, it was some minor ones, but of course, some that can become more of a detriment to the district if more time that goes on with.
I'm sorry, how
sludge.
many connections was here?
It was 80, 89, 90,
So
right around there.
They're gonna be coming on board with a new bill.
Those should
going
already,
out.
they've already been billed.
Yes,
They've been billing
they're
them.
already on the.
They're already on the payment, yeah.
Good.
So what about the pavement on the streets? Is it pretty much,
Yes, we had the contractor mill and overlay everything brand new, and it did come out better. And there's just one manhole where there was a dip, but we've already let them know, like, hey, go ahead and add more asphalt. Cause that one, it was a concrete apron and there's maybe like an inch or two difference, and we told them,
Yeah.
you know, you gotta make
Yeah,
sure that's
because
okay.
Just imagine when it floods, when it rains a lot, it's gonna go deeper.
Right, exactly,
So, but you said 2-year warranty on that?
correct. From the date of substantial completion, which was, I wanna say, I don't have the date in front of me.
So there's a swell, they're gonna come back and dig it out and replace it?
Pretty much,
fill it
yes.
up.
If there's any deficiencies,
Like
yes.
who's gonna, you're
Including
gonna
the
call them
road?
or we can, will?
It would be pretty much if something gets brought up to the district, then you'll have to reach out, yes.
Okay.
And then from there, you know, just making sure that they address it within the 2-year time frame.
On that 2-year warranty, does it include the road as well?
Yes, it's all items of the construction.
Que se ve un aguacero para ver qué tal queda. Only time can tell. Que se ve un aguacero, órale, van a andar en canoa.
there's no doubt about that, dude.
Is there any other questions on this one?
No, sir, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to B, SH 495 Veterans Boulevard Utility Relocation and Adjustment Project.
Yes, for the SH 495 Utility Relocation and Adjustments Project, we submitted some bid code items, just some correspondence with TxDOT. We kind of resubmitted that, I think, 2 weeks ago. So from there, just making sure we're complying with whatever standards and codes that they have. And as well, we've updated pretty much our traffic control plan, based off of the last meeting we had with them. I was under the impression we had another meeting 2 weeks ago, however, didn't come to fruition. I believe there was some miscommunication there. But we're still progressing through the plan set. I believe it's gonna be more of a slower process based off of, just more or less, their timeline. They're gonna be constantly reviewing, providing comments back. But on our end, we're pretty much wrapping up that plan set to submit to them, again, for their review, once again, and from there, hopefully, positive news and get this plan going.
Thank you, sir.
What about the property? They're pretty much lined up for the property that was
Last feedback I got from it, I think there's a meeting coming up, if not this week, next week. I know AEP rejected the offer. That was the last feedback. I think from last board meeting they had said, or whatever I had said, it was the same, pretty much the same information, where AEP rejected offer and they're going into condemnation.
So until that's settled, the project can't move forward?
Correct.
And it's AP?
It's AEP, yes. On that property where there's a school district right there by the Homeland Veterans, where they have their.
We cannot offer our property next to, because we're right next to, just
no.
to, they can use it for.
I believe no, just because of how the acquisition is going, because ultimately it's where they start doing the curve. So from us, they already got, I believe it was like 1 to 2 feet. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Seniors, but they got a little portion from you all, and they're getting a bigger portion from them, because that's where the curve starts to come down.
Yes, that we did relocated the fence, so on our end, we
Yeah,
have
but
completed.
to give it to them, hey, we can give you this, how much is it, square feet?
I don't know.
1,000, 2,000?
From AP?
Yeah,
From AP, I don't recall the square footage, but for us, it was very, very minimal. It was from 3 to 6 feet width by the length of the property.
How
So
much
I
is-
imagine the AP's property will be the same, but that's something that.
How much is
Texas
encroaching?
is working.
From their end?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know, because they don't really report the numbers of the square footages or the meter, or the depth into it, but I think last I heard maybe it was around 8 to 10 feet, I believe, but
So-
not 100% there.
So what do they want? They want more money for the property? What?
Pretty much, more money.
I mean, they're a utility company also. I mean, utilities, what's up with them? I mean, this afternoon, there were a bunch of guys there, and I saw them across the street, so, I mean, they're utility people, they should understand the same language that we're going through, so what's the deal?
Yeah, that's ultimately, their process is their decision
So,
making.
do we need to send some type of a legal advisor, what, some attorneys to them?
Ultimately, they're already taking it to that step where they're going into condemnation, so
Yeah, but it's been already, what, 8 years, or how long has this been going on?
that, I'm not
The
sure.
project has been for a while now,
Yeah.
8 to 10 years. But the condemnation probably, I'm gonna say is 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, from
Yeah, but they knew the project since then. So since then, they've been not agreeing, and then all of a sudden, they're not gonna agree, so we're gonna go through.
Yes. To my understanding, it was a lot of, they're trying to get to a point where everyone's happy with the number. I just think they were hopeful to get to that number, and now it's the final straw where they're not gonna get to a number. So now they're pushing to the
So
condemnation.
they haven't been happy for the past 10 years then?
I don't know how far back, or when they started the offers, but yeah, seems like,
Wow.
yeah. But from the feedback that they told me, they were expecting a hearing date for the condemnation as soon as November. So that was some positive news.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, moving on to C, short-term water plant and CIP update.
Yes, so for this one, no real update for this. As mentioned from Snowden, his process was gonna be at 75 days. We're gonna work hand in hand with Snowden for this process, so at the time, for this past month, there was no action on this project.
Right. Moving on to item D, alter capacity requirement, ACR.
So for this project, it's in the same position where we had no motion, not for Snowden, but for data that we're waiting on right now, because we're going back from, we originally were doing data from 2022 to 2024, but now we're jumping back to 2014. So I know OSA staff is working to get that data together to provide it to us so we can finalize this project. But at the moment, for this past month, no action.
Okay. And then E, geographic information system, GIS services, phase 2.
Yes, so for GI Services Phase 2, we have completed this project to 100%. I think at this point, all we need is cross our T's, dot our I's, making sure the final product is acceptable to our WSED's liking. And from there, pretty much wrapping up with the project. So we're pretty much completed.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to item 5, discussion and possible action on a non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to MHW Operations Ltd. for the cost related to water services for Gateway Plaza subdivision.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, this property, It's right in front of ID Academy by the expressway going towards La Jolla. So this property is owned by MH Operations Milton West, and they're seeking to get approval for 2 commercial lots. Sam's have more information on this as far as the water model and LEDs needed for this project.
So, good afternoon. So, as Mr. Salinas mentioned, this is a 2-lot commercial subdivision. So we are anticipating 2 LUEs subject to reevaluation upon them submitting for their water meter due to the uncertainty of what they're going to do in the future. Water model has been ran and has passed without the need of outside improvements. At this point, we do recommend approval.
So is it west of Idea or?
It's in front, right in front of ID.
Across the expressway.
On the north side of the expressway.
On the north side of the expressway.
We had
Oh, on the
already-
north side.
The street is north Tabasco.
Yeah, we had
Tabasco,
already.
yes.
North
Approved
Tabasco
this.
Road.
We had approved it already.
Yes, this is one thing. This
Is it
did get
coming
approved
back?
in the past, however, their approval window expired. So it's being
Oh.
presented again as a brand new, not signed service agreement.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. De Hoyos. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dr. Villarreal. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 6, discussion and possible action on an amended non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to Stella Energy Solutions LLC for the cost related to water services for Palmview Best subdivision.
Yes, Mr. President, members of the board, for this subdivision, we're looking at an approximately, sorry, lost my pace. 4-acre property. This has been presented to you all in the past. This is being amended to remove the need of 1 water meter to the lot in the back. This is a 2-lot commercial 2-lot subdivision, 1 lot being commercial, 1 lot being a multifamily development. The lot 2, which is the commercial lot, is considered a battery pad site. This is being brought forth to you all again just because their battery pad site does not require a meter. However, to assure that the city was also in agreement with that, we asked them to provide a letter to us, making sure that they also agree that that property is not going to have a meter. Aside from that, pretty much this property will have 1 LUE. Is located more specifically north of Veterans on the east side from Bensten Palm Drive. Water model has been ran and passed, and at this point recommend approval.
All right, do I have a motion?
So move.
I have a motion by Mr. Gerardo Perez,
Second.
second by Mr. De Hoyos. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 7, discussion of possible action on an amended non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to Real Solutions LP for the cost related to water services for Volcano Estates subdivision.
Yes, for the Volcano Estates subdivision, we're looking at a 24.5 roughly acre subdivision consisting of 2 commercial lots and 50 residential lots. As mentioned, this was owned by Real Solutions LP. This SIR is also being presented again for amendment due to the change in LUEs or lots. They reduced by 1, so this needs to be presented again. The anticipated LUEs for this development is 52 LUEs, with the 2 commercial lots being subject to reevaluation upon them requesting water meter. Water model has been ran for this project and does require offsite improvements. The offsite improvements being the connection from Volcano along 3 Mile. That's part of the agreement that's been with the 2 other developers. It's been in discussion over the past couple of months. At this point, we recommend approval.
Okay,
So moved.
I have a motion by Ms. Ana Maria Perez. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. De Hoyos. All those in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Chris. Item number 8, discussion and possible action on an amended water service mainline contribution agreement with Peña Chapo Development Incorporated, Real Solutions LP, Los Mesquites Ranch Development LLC.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, this item is being brought before you as an amendment, water line contribution being because basically all 3 developers have amended their subdivision as far as the lots that are gonna be constructed. As you may recall, we approved Eramonte Phase 2 or converted Eramonte Phase 2 to Eramonte Phase 2 and 3 at the last board meeting. Also, we changed the number of lots changed on Salida del Sol, number 8, and now the previous item, Volcano State, state's change also was reduced from 51 lots to 50 lots. So basically, this is an off-system improvement that is required for all three subdivisions. Basically, is running a 12-inch line on 3-mile line between Texan Road and Giles Road, close to Liberty. And of course, AGUA Special Utility District is participating on the purchase of the water line. So we're bringing this item back now that all subdivisions have completed their amended subdivision portion and approval of the NSSA for approval.
So they reduced the number of lots or what?
They reduced the number of, well, in the case of Eramonte, they had to split Eramonte. They originally had it at 199 lots, and they split that into phase 2 and 3. And also Salida del Sol reduced 1 lot, Salida del Sol number 8, and now Volcano Estates is reducing 1 residential lot on all of them. So all of that needs to be reflected on the agreement of the 3 parties involved, 3 developers involved, as far as the agreement goes, and for us to sign on that agreement as well.
But the contribution, everything's still the same.
The contribution is the same. Yes, the contribution is the same. The 12-inch line, it remains the same. It's an outside improvement that is needed to have the enough pressure and water capacity to those subdivisions.
Let's move.
I have a motion by Mr. Gerardo Perez, second by Mr. De Ojos. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 9, discussion and possible action authorizing general manager to apply for grant funding from EPA mid-size and large drinking water infrastructure resilience and sustainability program, and to execute all other necessary documents for the same.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, members of the board. We're seeking, through SAM's Engineering, Mr. President, members of the board, we're seeking to apply for a grant from the EPA for mid-size and large drinking water infrastructure projects. We currently had a project that SAM's worked on our intake at La Habana on the La Jolla Lake. That project, SAM's completed a feasibility study that was done about a year ago, and so on. So we, SAM's was looking into projects that can help the district through grants. So this is a funding opportunity, a mid-size project for approximately 1.2 million that we can work on or apply for, right, to excavate a structure so that we can have sufficient volume through the lake to the pumps for resiliency. So if we have a drought or the lake levels drop, the La Jolla lake level drops, we still have sufficient water going into our intake that supplies water to La Habana water plant. So we have on the attachments, we have more or less an aerial photograph that shows the scope of the project, and basically it's a new channel line canal that will be rerouted to a deeper portion of the lake so that we can supply sufficient water even on a drought day or low level.
So it's like a reservoir you're talking about?
It's within the same lake, but we're extending a line canal to a deeper section of the La Jolla lake so that we can have continuous supply of water to our intake pumps.
Mr. Salinas, would that be a canal or can we put pipe?
A concrete line canal. Concrete line canal. That's
It's
one
gonna
of
be
the options.
on the surface?
It's surface. It's a trapezoidal canal
So it's gonna be
Going
directly coming into the pipe,
coming into the pipe.
going to the water plant?
Yes.
So this is what you're proposing in order to get the funding?
And that's one of the projects that we had worked on, but we didn't have of course, the funds, 1.2 million, more
Yeah.
approximately to work on, so.
How much is
That's
it?
gonna be a grant,
It's
gonna
grant
be
funding, yeah.
a grant?
It's gonna be a grant, yes.
We got two here, one for 956.
And we're seeking to apply, hopefully we get chosen for that grant, so, we're, trying to hopefully get that grant.
Because grants, we don't have to pay back.
Is it a mile?
So that feasibility study that happened before That's what, was it a year ago that we?
No, that
Or
was
when?
when we had the situation with the low levels. It was, of course, brought to our attention from the water plant operators. The lake levels at the La Joya were too low, so our intake pumps were having a lot of issues pumping the water from the lake into our plant. So from there, and that was about, I'm gonna say, a year and a half ago, more or less. From there, we started working on a project with Sam, so topography and looking for better options to improve that pump station.
I think we like to hear whenever our feasibility studies actually bring fruits, which is something like this. Thank you for looking out for that.
It's 550 feet.
It's a little bit more. No, that's under cubic yards. So the exact linear footage varies, or it's not exactly that.
Concrete liner canal.
It's not, I don't think it's a distance. It's a pretty short distance.
Because this is 332,000. That's the biggest item. And then the pumps that we have right now, they're not, we cannot use those.
It's mostly, so we evaluated 3 options in that.
Because we got 4 pumps there.
Yes, and when we had that site visit and we looked at the site,
Yes.
about 2 or 3 of them, correct me if I'm wrong, Robert, but 2 or 3 of them were not above, they were above water, so they weren't doing anything. So the point with this right now is to get systems that are also self-primed, because right now these are manually turned on, right?
That is, well, they have a SCADA system as well, but when the levels drop down, we have to manually,
Yeah,
work
you
with
just
that.
need to extend the,
Yes.
So the idea is to get away from that point and for a structure where the water's collecting at the bottom and we have a vertical pump there to get it to the system. As opposed to depending on that level
Yeah.
being high enough and just extending the pipe a little bit more.
yeah, we want to do is something that's, we can upgrade it some other day, but right now we just need to get the water. La Joya did, they just extended their section to the middle of the lake, minimum cost. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand, kind of minimizing the cost. Yeah. I think the main factor in this is future outlook and.
Yeah, but we don't have the money right now. We, you know.
No, but that's this funding, the grant. for the-
Because that's why originally these were set up as 3 options. This design is being presented for you is actually 2 of the options put into 1. Because if we're able to do a best case scenario and we have the grant funds that would support it, opposed to,
Yeah.
out of pocket.
And you say we're gonna get a grant, full grant for this?
This is what it's proposing, that grant.
Yeah, but apparently when we started, we just were gonna drench, right?
Right,
Yes.
but now there's money,
We're gonna
money's
dredge,
opportunity.
dredge around the
Because-
perimeter of the property that we have, where the suction
Yeah,
pipes are
remember,
at.
yeah, remember we walked it and the original pipe is about a foot under, it's already, you know, a lot of dirt came in. So if we would do that again, it would go flow. So, I mean, we're just trying to save a little bit of money.
I understand, and that's why the feasibility originally was set up the way it was, different options, as opposed to just one massive,
Yeah.
most expensive option.
Because that lake, that pump has been there, I think, 30 years, 40 years, and nothing has been done. Nobody has gone there and you know, take out the
Dredge.
dirt.
Mhm.
Nobody. So, I mean, did we see that estimate? How much would it be to just drench that
We have a portion of
It
the
says there,
estimate, as
52,000.
part of the,
52,000?
as part of
52.8,
the, yes, as part of the estimate.
which will take care of a lot of, I mean, if you get this grant, it'll take care of that, something that's been needed.
So it's 1,176,000. There's another one for 1,251,000. That's something else?
That was something, it was a slight difference between the two, but it was mostly, the difference between, there's a slight difference, I pretty much changed the numbers a little bit.
And see, we can use the pumps that we have, you know, because, I mean, I think they're good. Instead of buying 400, that's $400,000.
I mean, you can definitely be evaluated. I would also be cautious on the side of, you mentioned your 30-year-old pumps, or however old they are, lifespans, once you come around to that point. If we're able to use the grant, I think it'd be best to do it newer,
Get something.
especially one that can be turned on and off.
Yeah,
So-
that's 100%
Of
grant.
course, but it's a balance of it, but of course, the first step is just getting the grant, and see
Mhm.
if we can get that money, of course, if we can, great, and we can go forward and start changing up from there, seeing
irrigation number 16, they're willing to work with us, right?
Yes. Irrigation 16, yes.
It's gonna
we
be
have
a
worked with them
100-year
in the
lease
past
or
since-
200-year lease?
Since we
how's that
started
gonna-
working the project. As far as the lease, I don't have a contract that depicts that, but that has been the suction point for AGUA for the past 30 years.
Yeah.
And there, of course, we have the contract to purchase water, and the difference is that we're not in their property.
Yes.
We are on AGUA's property, but the water diverts via a structure, via, I believe it's a 3642-inch pipe
Yes.
equalizer, and water runs into our property pond where we have the suction lines. But we have a contract on the water, right, on the water usage, but not on the property because the property belongs to AGUA.
Yeah. And the other thing that happened with the property just west of it, they started moving dirt, so, and that's a downhill, so they created not good for them.
Actually, part of this, that we also included was traps for mat trucks around our intake point to make sure over time, get at least concentrated from the bunches.
Yes, sir.
Do I have a motion?
So move.
I have a motion by, Ms. Ana Maria Perez,
Second.
second by Dr. Villarreal. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 10, discussion and possible action authorizing general manager to solicit requests for proposals for property, casualty, and workers' compensation.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, our contract is due to expire by the end of the year. Of course, beginning January, so we want to have enough ample time so that we can get some requests of proposals for property, casualty, and workmen's compensation.
So move.
I have a motion by, Ms. Perez,
Second.
second by Mr. Dolores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 11, discussion and possible action on approval of change order number 1 with PNC Utilities and construction for the Liberty Road Waterline Improvement Project Phase 2.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, this is the project that we're working with the county and TxDOT on relocating our water line, 12-inch water line. And we have encountered a section that is going under condemnation, a property that is going under condemnation, and they haven't finalized that condemnation, where there's a slab and a trailer that the county is working on getting that through. So part of the change order that we're asking for, or the contractor is asking for, is to bore under the slab so that we can connect our water line and finalize the project. There were other materials and construction that the contractor needed to do as far as leaving out T's for future expansion, meaning T's ready for to connect or to expand. And also we're asking, or the contractor is asking on this change order 20 days additional. So currently we had a 60-day contract with them because of the situation that the county wanted to move forward on the project. However, that condemnation hasn't been finalized. So we're opting to bore that section in order for us to finish the project. So the contractor is asking for an additional 20 days. So the original contract amount is or still is, for $657,322.95. With this change order, it will increase it for approximately $18,470 for a total amount to include the change order and the contract of $675,792.95.
Now you're saying that that board, it's to circumvent the condemnation
Yes, we're gonna bore under the slab.
instead of having to settle with them.
Having to wait. Now, if the county finalizes that project within this week, or they, other legal situations with homeowners, well, I say homeowners because there's, according to the county, there are several owners that own that property. There's several
Parties.
individuals that own that property, so they're having issues with all of them to to condemnate the property. So what we're trying to do is just bore, get it ready, and finalize the project, and then the county will take care of that property at a later
Yeah, Mr.
date.
Salinas, have we talked to our legal counsel, because people are gonna be living in that house and they're gonna be boring. We don't want them saying it's a nine.
I think there's, I'll make sure, Mr. Perez, that there's a right of entry. Usually when they're going through the condemnation process, there's rights of entry or construction entries while they're going through that process.
Yeah, because a big pipe is gonna be going on under their trailer, and
Yes.
these people are used to, they can file a lawsuit just with $20, you know? So that they were scared, or something broke on that, trailer or something, I don't know.
What I can do, Mr. Perez, let me, if I get this approval, not necessarily wait for, or have a meeting with the county to see where they're at on that project.
The liability on us is not on us if we bore. Who's gonna be a liability if we bore?
It's ours.
It's
yes,
ours, yeah.
It's ours, but the county hasn't, that's the only thing that the county and tech, they haven't finalized that project, so we might have to put a
So can we
stop
table it
work-
until you find out?
work order to
I think it'd be best if we take it.
I can table it, but I would like, if we need to finalize the project, I will need to request the board president to have a special meeting so that we can finalize this project. Cause now.
We can go ahead and approve it subject to legal counsel saying, something happens, it's gonna be in their hand, not on us.
Is I think the contract was already awarded to, I believe it was IOC
Yeah.
on that segment of the
But
project.
I guess there's such thing that you can bore then, right? I guess so. If you can bore, you can bore. With no,
We can bore, we can table the
They're
item,
not
we
a
can
big-
table
Well,
the item,
I'm just
but-
saying, because if you have a couple of days to find out information,
Yes.
we
And
can
the
do
other-
it
the other
contingent
thing,
on that.
If the county finalizes that project or that condemnation
Mm-hmm.
within the next week or so, if I meet with them and they're gonna finalize it or complete it, I know they're having a hard time with that, those property owners, I can bring it back and do a deduction, a change order number 2 to deduct that section.
and how many property owners are there?
Can you show
I'm
them,
not sure, maybe there's 3 owners.
can you put it on the screen or not, to show the area where we're talking about?
The area, yes, yes you can.
Now they're talking about boring. We can do the same thing with AP. We can bore the same thing. Wait,
Yeah.
let's not do the same thing. Let's bore through them too. It's the same thing. We're boring. You get bored too.
So,
Because there are people living there, I see.
Where's this on? Where's the
They
bike?
got a big TV, big as,
Se cae, se quiebra. Aguas sal.
entonces, la pague cookie.
We can bore AP too. Whatever we need to do, we gotta do too. We'll do a tunnel there, sir. AP, we'll do a tunnel.
Where's it by?
Enfrente
What's
of,
around, what's around it?
Corina Peña, just in front of it. Corina Peña Elementary.
Isn't that Liberty?
Just in-
Yeah,
That's
we're
what they're
ready.
expanding. Okay.
we're looking at,
Right there. Parrillita.
this property,
I know.
this property,
there.
right here.
It's not a trailer, is it?
Yeah, la otra más para la calle.
Esta, perdón, I'm sorry, this one. So we're looking at this property. We're on the 5-foot alignment from the red line,
Okay.
5 feet, so we're going through here.
Oh,
We're going under the slab. I mean, if we bore,
Under the
we're gonna
slab, under the
bore.
trailer too.
Is there
Under.
somebody living there right now?
Yes.
But Liberty's gonna be extended, or is it already been extended? I mean,
Lip,
Be
¿Ya lo
fed
están ampliando?
to 107,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So what about the structure? Is it gonna,
Va a quitarlo.
right there.
to bore under. That segment. So,
Do the homeowners know that if not, we're gonna bore? If they don't settle?
I'm not sure if they know that we're gonna bore, but, if there's a
Because
right of
that's-
entry, I mean, it's a trailer on
Yeah.
on beams. I don't think it'll affect anything, just, the slab and the foundation. But we can,
Yeah, we don't want the same as California earthquake.
So what we can do.
Well, they're just gonna look for things
Yeah,
that,
because
that,
they
you
only
know,
go in
to-
5 feet
like
under.
any little thing that's damaged, they're gonna,
But like I said, I mean, I think we got good attorneys here, so
Or the recommendations to board,
what are they
board.
saying?
What stage of the condemnation are they at?
They're already on at the end, they just can't get all the owners, because there are several owners that own that property, so it's,
So it's condemned, now it's just a matter of
it's a
the value.
family situation that they have. And we're working with Mr. Gallardo from the county on that, so they're having issues on that. But either I can
'Cause they're
go
looking
ahead
at
and
price?
bore, or I can just, put a stop work order, but the only thing is that I'm not gonna be able to transfer the water line, for that, portion, the water line services. So right now, we have a water line that will be under the roadway, the future roadway, that I need to reconnect to this 12-inch water line, that now it's outside the pavement. That's the only thing, but we can certainly wait,
Would TxDOT carve that out? Meanwhile, they would do the road except that, right?
probably, yeah, cause the roadway is away from the,
Yeah, and then at that time, can we go back there? and-
this blue line is the edge of payment.
that's what they're working on right now, I
Oh.
don't think.
So
Yeah.
we're looking at approximately, let's say, they're gonna be out 15 feet from the edge of the trailer, so they can work on the pavement, but they're not gonna be able to work on the
Our
roadside
water line's
edge.
gonna be like in the middle, right?
Right there.
Right, our water line is gonna be
And they're gonna
five
place that
feet from
concrete
the,
there?
5 feet, huh?
They're
5
gonna
feet
place
from
that
the red
concrete?
line,
Yeah.
which is the right-of-way line. We're here, more or less, right there. Right here. We're going north and south. So we have to bore through here. So, I mean, what we can do, we can wait, but if time is of the essence, we can cover, depending on the county, or if they can wait and the contractor can wait, we can bring it on the next board meeting and not have a special meeting. We can definitely do that, but it's just a timing issue that the county wanted for the utilities to move from the actual
Like,
payment,
like every
payment design
payment, so
section.
what does the legal advice on this that we do?
So, I mean,
Go ahead,
this
Jerry.
change order, as with most change orders, right? All of the terms, you know, the risk shifting provisions of the agreement, all of that, this change order doesn't change any of the other contractual terms. All of it does is it amends the scope to add these particular boring bid items. So I don't think, I would be surprised, if they would agree to change the fundamental terms of the agreement with the change order. That doesn't mean that we couldn't ask for it for this particular change in scope, but, you know, as proposed, you know, this is just an add-on as to the scope for the bore and the materials to the already existing, agreement.
No, that's fine, the only thing is just the boring, I mean, I know it is, the boring itself, any, from the customers or the owners of that property, saying something that
The
they're gonna
leverage.
bore
But if
under
it's being
their home.
condemned, it's not their property after the condemnation anyway.
After the condemnation, no.
Yeah.
And, I need to check on the rights of, entries, construction, if they have one, we can go through there, but according to, of course, the county, we can
Are
go
they
through,
gonna
but I
move
need to
that-
see
are they gonna move
a
that
legal document
trailer
that we have a right of
the side?
construction entry, so that we can.
Or we can tell them, if we give you $9,000, move the trailer ourselves, and
Well, that
That will
should be
be-
part of the condemnation.
Yeah, that's,
process.
that will be easy for us, because we're gonna pay, right now, it's paid the whole project.
but the condemnation is, we're not paying that, the condemnation.
No, we're not
Right,
paying that.
but we're having to
we're
make
moving
an
out of the
expense,
But we're gonna pay-
but we're gonna have to make an expense
Yeah,
if
but
we
we're gonna
don't.
pay $9,000, it's gonna be
Right.
To the
coming out of our
contract,
pocket,
yes.
but right now,
Right.
the line, they're supposed to put the line no free of charge. I mean, it's already included on the price.
Yes.
The only thing is the board.
The board,
Yeah,
yes.
so that's
we-
gonna cost us an
Well,
additional
we
nine
say it
thousand.
can move the trailer $9,000, boom.
But that's
That's it.
but that's the situation that the county's having with the property owners. I know that there's an amount that the county is offering, and I believe they're having an issue for all the property owners to accept that offer.
Or we
I
can
think
give
that's
it
the
to a
situation.
county, here we give you $9,000, we don't want any more and under here. It's
No,
gonna
but they're
be
not, that's the
thing.
same thing. They're not gonna move their property because they haven't reached a condemnation settlement.
Do they have a choice?
So what's the proposal for them to move the mobile home or what? Or-
No, the mobile home is going.
Yeah,
it's-
once they
it's-
get the
it's
money,
on
they
way.
can move it.
The red line is the right of way, the future
The
right
mobile
of
home's
way.
gonna be moved.
Yeah.
So the trailer home is,
But now it's
gonna
just
be
the
moved.
price probably that they're negotiating.
But if the concrete is broken, who's responsible for paying for that, or?
That's the 9,000 that,
It's covered under the 9,000 if money is given to them.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's gonna
it's,
be.
it's covered under the
right of way.
insurance from the contractor. I mean, if the contractor does any damages or have you, I mean, it's under the contractor. But he will need to bore,
yeah,
that
this is
section.
an additional expense.
But can they say, I don't wanna accept that, I don't wanna move? Like, do they have that choice,
Who, the property owners?
the property owners?
Well, they do have that choice, but the county is condemning them, their property, so that they can.
Right,
they
and
can-
there's used to be a house there, and
Basically.
then they came and put that trailer, knowing that.
Do we know who they are?
Yeah, so, and just a background on that, right, if the two parties can't agree to, the fair market value, then, so, and they haven't agreed to it, so that's what's forced the county to proceed with condemnation.
That's what's happening with
Then
the.
that value amount's gonna be determined by the special commissioner's court, and then whatever they decide will be the value amount. So, the end result is, the county has condemnation power, so the county will acquire the right to do the construction. It's just a matter of how much the county has to pay to acquire that right.
Now, Jared, correct me if I'm wrong, but also the county can condemn it and take ownership, and then they can fight about the value later, correct?
Yeah, that's generally correct, yeah.
So the title's gonna be transferred
Okay.
to the county anyway.
The value, part of the value is
Just
gonna
part of
be
it,
the
not the
remainder,
whole property.
usage of the property, right? And so for the actual amount that's gonna be, paved over, that's total usage. But, there's, residual value in, easement, encumbrance property, so. Thankfully, we don't have to we're not involved in that part of trouble. But it is causing a delay.
But they're gonna make use of the property, right? I mean, they're gonna make use of the property, what's left?
It's just the
Yeah, I'm
timing.
sure, yeah.
The
They're probably
timing
gonna
we have
move
to
it
wait.
over to the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, so the condemnation is just, they're stretching that,
That
the
red
green
part.
line,
Yeah.
where the red line is, that's gonna become now public property, whether it's the county and us will have the right to use it.
Right.
The owners will still have the remainder of that section.
On the back,
And they can still put the mobile home in it.
Sure.
Yeah, they can just move
yeah.
it.
So they're acquiring close to 45 feet,
That's a lot.
more or less.
They need easement, the utilities.
Get that much free water service.
So
for
they're
1
probably
year.
offering a pretty penny.
Another job.
Well, maybe the president go visit with them, do a
45
home
by
visit tour.
Yeah, hey, we'll give you free water service for 1 year. Move your mobile
I'm
home.
not sure if they voted for me or not.
Doesn't matter.
Hello, sir.
Go
You
knock
have
the
your
door,
job
sir.
cut out for you.
All right,
Everything-
so, what are we doing? We're, continue with it?
It's, we can go, I mean, at this time, we can go both directions, either approval to, give me authorization to approve the change order and move forward, subject to having a meeting with the county to see what rights of entries or legal documents they have so that we can go in
Sure.
and give us approval, and then we can do the board, or we can just wait to have an answer from the county and have either a special meeting to approve the item, because I know that the county wants for the water line to be relocated as soon as possible, or bring it to the next board meeting as a change order.
How soon does this, are they, I mean, like, they're gonna wait on us right now if we don't, like, we're holding up the construction.
Not
really, 'cause
No,
they
right?
got
Not
construction on
necessarily.
both sides.
The only thing that is holding us is that, for us to put the water
The water
line
flow.
on the new system. The 8-inch water line, to abandon the 8-inch water line and relocate
Right.
it to the 12-inch water line and have it
So it's holding us back from doing that.
holding us back, yes.
And it'll be like a half a day work or something like that.
On this one, probably it'll be a weekend
Yeah.
works, yeah, 'cause, yeah, on those type of connections, we work on the weekends because of the school,
Yes, sir.
because of the school district and the traffic control, those situations.
So move what Mr. Salinas just said, you're gonna be working on it and get back with it. When the line is complete.
When the line is complete. So approval of
You're gonna be talking to the
of the
county,
change order.
like you said, and,
Okay,
and have them,
but approval of the change order as it is,
yes.
and talk to the county, if not, we'll bring it back.
Well, I mean, I would say to try and avoid making this expense.
Okay,
I mean, what,
Yeah, but if they're not gonna move, we're gonna be waiting the contractor, he's gonna cost us more money to come back and do that little space.
okay. So it'll be subject to getting the legal document or right of entry from the county that we can go in to avoid any type of legal
Liability.
consequence or liability
Or
to the
increased
district.
costs later on.
Okay.
So move.
All right, I have a motion by Mr. Pettis. Need a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by the other Mr. Pettis. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, item number 12. Discussion and possible action on selecting the most highly qualified provider for public-private partnership of a groundwater brackish desalination plant and authorized to negotiate a contract.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, we did receive 2 statements of qualifications, one from Aqualia and another one from 7 Seas, back approximately February 2025, and I would like to take this item to executive session.
I have a motion by Ms. Ana Maria Perez,
Second.
second by Dr. Adriana Villarreal. All those in favor?
Right.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Yes.
Just a point of clarification, I believe that is going into executive session under consultation with an attorney.
Yes.
Correct?
That is correct.
51.071.
Okay.
I guess you gotta read.
So we're moving item number 12 into executive. All right. Item number 13, executive session, as provided by the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Section 551.071-551.091. The Board of Directors may convene in a closed executive session to deliberate, discuss, or consult regarding matters listed below on a proper motion and approval of any items set forth above under Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Section 551.071, consultation with attorney. We have A, clause number CL-23-511, Rogelio F. Lopez versus AGUA Special Utility District in the County Court of Law number 10 of Hidalgo County, Texas. B, Performance Services Incorporated litigation. C, system capacity. D, water leak, Armando Garza, number 2, lot 5. And item number 12, discussion and possible action on selecting the most highly qualified provider for public-private partnership of a groundwater brackish desalination plant and authorized to negotiate a contract. I need a motion to go into.
I so move.
I have a motion by Mr.
Second.
Gerardo Perez, a second by Ms. Ana Maria Perez. All those in favor? Any opposed? We are now going into executive session. It is 7:13.
Okay. We'll see